This is the GWM Tank 400, an angular off-roader that looks bloody amazing and has some serious off-road chops. In this review, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. It's going to be a short review with a very short drive, but I'm going to show you the interior and tell you whether you can expect to see it down under or not. I'll also give you some idea about what engines it might have if it does arrive. So let's get to it. Thanks for subscribing. Let's go. So what is this Tank 400 then? Well, it's an off-road capable mid-sized SUV, a little bit larger than the Tank 300, obviously. The number's bigger, so the car must be bigger. And it has plenty of off-road credentials. Maybe not as many as some of the other models higher up in the range. Like, it doesn't have triple diff locks like the Tank 700, but it does have heaps and heaps of great amenities and plenty of great spec as well. Now, the important thing is this car's not confirmed for our market, and if you want to see it down under, you need to have your voice heard. So please make sure you go into the comment section and have your say, and share this video with someone who you think might like to have a vehicle like this in their life, because I think I would be that guy. I like this a lot. Now, let's check out the size of the Tank 400. Okay, if you're wondering about the size of the Tank 400, let's put some dimensions on screen to make it a little easier so you can really tell just how much bigger it is compared to the Tank 300, and parked carefully next to it just for illustrative purposes. It is a larger SUV. It's not huge, but it does have some really great protection elements to the design. You've got underbody protection there, you've got some recovery hooks as well, and I really like these bolt-on look wheel arches. You tell me if you do or not. And it's got a decent set of side steps fixed to the vehicle as well. Some of the higher spec Tank models have fold away side steps. This one doesn't though. Now, if you're wondering about the off-road angles, I'll put the approach and the departure angles on screen now. And if you're thinking, well, what about going through rivers and stuff? Well, I'll put the wading depth on there too. All right, let's have a look at the rear end design. I think it actually looks really bloody tidy, a lot more modern and maybe a lot more angular than its brother there, the 300. Of course, it's got the side swing tailgate with the spare on the back. Underneath, you've also got a recovery hook, and here, let's have a look at the boot space. Now, it is a good size. It's basically the same sort of shape as the Tank 300 in terms of the size. It doesn't have the neck section on the back tailgate like the Tank 300, but it does have some little hooks for cargo. You've got a lock section there so you can make sure it won't swing into you when you're parked on a slope. And well, there's a little bit of extra storage in the back here on the side. You've got some more hooks and so forth, a 12-volt port, and on this side it comes with a power point as well, which is pretty bloody handy, I have to say. You can fold those seats down and give yourself even more space if you need it. It does have quite a high load height though, so that lip there is on the upper edge of tall. So yes, what do you think? I think it looks great, and well, it's obviously pretty bloody functional as well. Okay, so here's the interior of the Tank 400, and there's some things I like about it. Let's start with the good stuff first. So, buttons. Bloody buttons, people. How about that? Fan control buttons and air conditioning control buttons and recirc buttons, and all the buttons that you would hope for are there. There's no volume dial though, so that might be a bit disappointing for some, but you can still also operate a lot of the stuff through the screen. I'm not going to go into the screen because it's just too deep and it's not the language that I speak. But there's more buttons and controls back here as well. So you've got ventilated and heated front seats. So those are those ones there. And obviously you've got some off-road controls here too. Your low range system, you operate it by hitting that button there in neutral, obviously. You've got a rear differential lock. It's got the tank turn system, so it can basically tighten up and lock the rear axle for you and make it much easier to turn around in loose situations. And a drive mode selector there, multiple different drive modes for off-road and on, and it's actually pretty bloody good when it comes to that. 2 wireless phone chargers. Excellent to see. A digital instrument cluster as well, which is pretty much on spec for the market, and some pretty simple controls on the steering wheel. I like the bling factor in here. For the most part, you've got these Mercedes-like round vents, and they have a nice tactility to them, and you've also got regular vents there to control easily enough. And in terms of the seats, they are a leather trim-ish finish, and they look and feel pretty good. They're pretty comfy as well, I have to say. Ambient lighting too, plenty of great storage, including a big center console section here with a cover, and there's no little section underneath. Some of the other tank models and GWM models have a section underneath the shifter, but this one doesn't. All right, let's have a look in the second row and see what the space is like. It certainly feels like you are riding high in the back of the Tank 400. In terms of the rear seat space, it's actually pretty good. Lots and lots of leg room, but it is sort of a knees up position because the floor height is quite high. You'll be able to fit 3 adults across the back in terms of width. There is ISOFIX points and 3 top tethers as well. And you've also got a flip down armrest there too. Some vents, which is nice to see. Adjustable vents, adjustable climate control in the back as well, and some USB charging ports too. Oh, I forgot to show you the headspace. It's actually really, really good. So this could be a great one if you've got a family that's growing, in terms of vertically growing. It could be a really good option if it comes to market. Make sure you have your say in the comments because I'll be reading them. And you've also got some extra storage on the sides here. Nice ambient light and a decent set of bottle holders down there. Also ambiently lit. Comfy. Not bad at all. In China, there are a few different engine options available for the Tank 400, including a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine, which this one has right here. And then there's also a 2.4-litre turbo diesel, which is just like the one that is now offered in the Tank 300. But as well as that, there's a plug-in hybrid, the Hi 4T, which is a serious bit of off-road kit, but still has plug-in hybrid efficiency and practicality. So it can do a decent EV driving range before it can switch to hybrid mode. And well, it's going to be a very interesting offering if they decide to bring it. But do you think a plug-in hybrid off-roader would work? And would you be interested in it? Have your say in the comments because I know that GWM will be reading them. All right, let's go see what this 2-litre turbo version is like when it comes to off-roading in a car park. All right, so we're about to drive the Tank 400 over some obstacles on a car park in China, because that seems to be the thing to do when you're off-roading. Now, we can drive in low range, 4-wheel drive. I'm being instructed what to do. Keep the car straight. Slowly, slowly. Get some articulation happening.
Perfect.
Yeah. Feel the wheel drooping, a little bit of steering, bit of switch. There we go, body switched up. Nice camera system in this car too. There we go, dripping again. Very cool. So, couple of degrees of angle. I've just been given the very nice thumbs up. So now we're going over another obstacle, which is some steps on one side with a ramp on another. Apparently what you might find on a highway in China, that's what they said before. But up the steps, up we go.
You're driving good.
Pretty easy going. Really great camera system. It's low range with rear diff lock. You probably don't need it. Could do this in drive, in normal driving mode, I would suggest, in a vehicle like this. But it is made for the tough stuff, and I know this wasn't necessarily the longest drive that you'll ever see in a tank like this.
Stop.
Okay, turn off, so I've got to put it back into neutral, low range drive. It's very quick to disable the low range, so off we go. Now I can give it a burnout, some donuts. But yes, a very limited drive, but I'm sure it's got all the chops. It's pretty capable. At this point in time, GWM hasn't confirmed if the Tank 400 will come to our market or not. Do you think it would be a success story? I certainly think it would be, and it would offer a very interesting alternative to the Tank 300 and 500. And hey, they've also got the 700 as well. Make sure you've checked out all of those videos. You'll find links in the description. And thank you for watching. I'll see you when I see you.